in the upper right here in the blue. He is Versailles Storm Gaming, the best Protoss in Poland, Gerald.
His opponent in the bottom left side, it's a Russian Protoss fighting for 3D Clan. It is Rail in the red. The rose-tinted Protoss.
And you know what's actually really interesting here? We talked about this. This is, you know, if you're going to see a max spec build, it's going to be on this one, single gate expand. Gerald, of all people, right? He's max specs to teammate. If you think anyone has the most experience like developing this build and playing against it, it would be Gerald. And Gerald's not doing it on the map. He's in fact going for a 2-gate expand, the standard thing there. So here's the question now. Does he have something interesting in store to attempt to break the greedy play from Rail? Because again, he plays against max specs. He plays against that guy who invented this build. If anyone knows how to beat it, it is going to be Gerald. Or is it just a stylistic thing? He's like tired of having to play that more defensive style. Wants to have a little more offensive opportunities for himself.
It's hard to say at this point. Honestly, when I see a player going for the high ground kind of play, especially on a map like this, I always think they're planning something off of the one base. Seeing Real stick around over here for a long time as well. Or Gerald, he might just be planning to put down the Nexus at a later point in time, right? Or, I mean, just put it down and then try to be defended against the depths and all of that stuff later on.
Yeah, potentially.
Ooh, gets in there.
So here's also my question, as we do see this Cybercore going on down. I've seen a couple players now start to go and actually allow the Cybercore to finish. To delay the base just a little bit longer. And I don't know, my inclination, this is even when we have probes and zealots working away at it as we do right now, and my inclination says that that is not worth it. All right, just because it doesn't, it gives you like an additional 10 seconds maybe, and really that doesn't feel like it's worth that the amount of time that you get. But actually, no, Gerald's gonna have like half health on this. So it looks like he's gonna cancel it anyways though, and I do think that is the play. That is a much better way to play. You gain 113 minerals back, right? You do get more value out of it than you might otherwise if you just let it complete, and that means your timings are just going to be a little bit more accelerators. Now Gerald, once again, there's pressure on the map, and yes, Stargate is the follow-up to this, as is standard, right? But Stargate as the follow-up, generally it's for a defensive Void Ray. Now going here for the Oracle actually means that, yeah, the Stalker's going to go down. But that's a dead Oracle too. That's not what you want there, Rail.
It's like that. Well, he was close to that shield battery. So I don't blame him for trying, but that was rough. Gerald's managing to eke that back into his favor a little bit.
Yeah.
Still making the shield battery set home as well. Just want to be safe. And now Real's killing his own Stargate. Okay.
Well, you know, he didn't get any value out of it, so he's punishing it. He's like, look, the Oracle you made here is...
How dare you have made an Oracle? It's rough.
Sad times in Rail's base.
For sure, for sure. There is a pylon in the top left side as well. Gerald's, though, he's looking. He's already looking. This could have been for, like, a Dark Shrine, maybe, if he wanted to do something like that as well, to try and hide it. Because we're not seeing a gateway here yet. Oh. Okay, does want to go for the gateway, but that's rough.
Oh, he's going to get the probe, too, so no repowering here with the two Stalkers. I am very surprised Rail has not canceled this.
He should do, right? Oh my god, he's going to try to save it. I mean, sending 3 Stalkers and a Zealot.
But there's no probe, and I guarantee you this pylon will die. So, well, okay, here's the thing, actually. He will be able to cut off the 2 Stalkers on the map. But yeah, there we go, Rail. He's not going to find it. Recall. It's a powerful thing.
Very nice there for Gerald. A couple of things definitely going into his favor. Can he ride this gravy train to success, though?
Poor Rail. Just nothing is working for him in this game. He got an Oracle out. It died. He had tried to put a proxy gate on the map, put him some pressure. It died. Gerald is finding everything. He is now going to get his third base. His blink is going to be done much faster than Rail's. His +1 is going to be done. It's going to be almost a full upgrade timing ahead of Rail in this game. And yeah, okay, Rail's got a quicker third. Gerald has so much aggressive timing right now that I don't know that third base is really a boon.
It's going to be 6 gate versus 4 because of this. And is there a way to reinforce this for Gerald? He does have the rope. Does he have a warp prism? No, he doesn't. None on the way either. No pylons there, so no real way to reinforce. So I don't think he should be able to get anything here, but who knows? Maybe Real's just going to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, right?
Yeah, certainly Starkers will be able to start. Oh, they're not even. Yeah, he's staying secret. He's going to find his way on into the main base here. Pylon at the very least will go down, and now Rayleigh's a little caught. He says, yeah, do I go to the low ground where the Starkers are eventually going to be, or do I go to the high ground here and deal with them as they are now? Of course, Blink's done for both players, and there we go. Blink down to low ground, but Blink is done for Rail now too, so he will be able to chase that down, do shield damage to a Stalker. That is going to be it, though. Gerald, it's not much. It's the Pylon. It's 100 minerals, but it's non-zero value. It does supply block Rail for a, for another 10 seconds, and it's value. Even as we say that, though, Gerald, he's down 4 workers. He's down 10 army supply. Again, though, he's making up for this. His tech is extremely fast. That's the big deal here. That's where all of the supply deficit is really going into.
Sure. Yeah, and +2 weapons attack is on the way here. Nice advantage there for sure. There's the charge upgrade already coming up as well. Another thing that's kind of missing there for Rail. And the Templar Archives. Another thing that could boost him up ahead in the overall likelihood of winning this game.
Yeah, absolutely. When you do kind of have this tempo lead like this, going in for just a really bruising army, especially with these upgrade leads, for Gerald is going to be a great move, right? You get a bunch of Archons, you get a bunch of Zealots, and that's not really an army that you, unless there are disruptors on the field, for example, that's not really an army that can really be turned around by just really, really good Stalker control or something. I mean, you can absolutely lose a battle with Stalkers versus Stalker Immortal when you do have more stuff, just because the Blink Micro equivalent is very good. And it's just a bunch of charge less and Archons. I mean, you set up your concave, you go in, you move your units a little bit to make sure you have the concave. Oh, that's a misblink. There we go, Gerald. But at that point, it's just you have more stuff. You got better stuff. It's going to work out for you.
Little attempt there maybe to try and get the blink. I think he blinked 1 Stalker up there, right, to check for vision, and then maybe just blink the rest up there as well in case it's a little bit open. But I mean, doesn't find anything. I'm kind of glad that he moved backwards. There would have been a bit of a disappointing end when he's got all those Zealots coming in, of course, right now.
Yeah, I mean, look at this timing here. 10 seconds to +2. He's going to get the rocks down just in time. More and more Zealots go in. He had a 20 army supply lead for a second, and once his production's done, he'll have another here. But Rail, he's got it baited out here. The Warp Prism goes down. So what Gerald has is what he's going to have in this game. But it's going to be, this is an interesting recall. That is, okay, so now we got it. Who's surrounding who here, Kozan?
It's a bit tricky. Those Zealots are in the bottom left are going to have a lot of difficulties fighting the Stalkers in such a position. The Archons for Gerald kind of doing work at the front, but now a Disruptor. Okay, does miss. Yeah, Real seems to be okay here. Only 13 workers went down with this offensive. More units for Gerald coming in, though. No, he's going to decide against it.
This was such an interesting engagement because we saw really the tech for both players really reset here. There's one Disruptor on the field for Rail. He lost his Immortals, but we also lost the Archons for Gerald. So at this point, Gerald, he no longer has the big supply lead at this point, but he's taking a 4th base. He did kind of equalize the economy more than anything else because he has cut probes to make this happen, only on 57. Up until right now, not a lot of gas, only on 4 gas. And actually, he's still only on 4 gas. Expect to see that extra 2 get taken rather soon. So it's not like his tech is really going to start exploding even more than this. In fact, it doesn't feel like he can afford +3, just going into +1 armor instead, as he has, of course, the Robobay. He has the +1 armor coming on in. So he is developing things, but at this point, Rail, his tech is in a good defensive spot. He's going to be able to take his 4th base eventually. And look at this, Kozan. He's got Colossus on the way.
Colossus on one side and Dark Templar on the other side being produced. Gerald trying to be the sneaky man, and Real here getting the bit of a stronger, just brute force type of army. Starting to mix in Archons as well. Oh, the Zealot Ball won't do that smoothly anymore for Gerald.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And man, you talk about just having a big, just beefier army. Those Colossus make a lot of sense for other reason, right? If you're just going mass charge lots, charge lots are light units. They clump up. couple Colossus Side Blades, they will make all the difference there. In fact, we saw something like that with Lil Bao versus DNS yesterday. Where Lil Bao, he did a max out all in on 4 bases on like 3 total gases with just a bunch of char slots, and well, yeah, I believe it was DNS. He just got 3 Colossus, and it was like, okay, well, good luck, dude. Swipe, swipe, swipe. All Zealots were dead. 50 supply went away in the blink of an eye. But that's a little bit of a different game here. And Rail, he has survived the timing from Gerald. So now he is the one with a 20 army supply lead. He's the one with a significantly more expensive army. By 1,000 gas, by 2,000 minerals. I didn't think it was that big. And his timing is going to be very, very scary indeed for Gerald to look to deal with.
Oh, catch on those Stalkers right there. Disruptors were somewhere in the neighborhood, but now no close enough in order to really punish something here. And actually, sacrificing those Disruptors for one shot onto a bunch of Zealots. Not sure if that's going to be worth it. As you mentioned, those Zealots for Gerald not really standing a good chance here, especially in a choke point like this. Oh, having a rough time in it. More Zealots are charging in, getting some value here. Do we have an observer for real?
No, we don't. These DTs are finding so much value in this game. They're just getting on top of the Colossus. 1 goes down, 2 goes down. But even still, is that enough there, Kozan?
Oh, I think he just realized, oh, those Disruptors, that's such a shame. If either one of those managed to get that connection, that would have been fan-bloody-tastic for Gerald. Gerald, to be fair, I would just be extremely happy just holding here. Now it's in a 4-base economy versus the 3-base economy, with both sides kind of having their tech once again kind of reset.
That, and I mean, his upgrades are better. He has that +1 armor that it's not the end-all be-all, but it certainly will help him out here in a trade of Stalker versus Stalker, especially with this defender's advantage. And now Rail, he's going to be forced to back on up here. This time, of course, there is detection. So DT, they're kind of a one-trick pony here on the defense. And Gerald, I mean, he's just not quite reaching the point where he needs to be in terms of supply. He's just barely staying below that. His army is just barely small enough. But with shield battery overcharge, that's what, worth 50 supply? 60 supply?
Yeah,
70 supply?
Yeah. Minimum. The bare minimum of what it's worth. Depends on what it's healing, right? I guess. We'll see. One less shield battery to worry about. Disruptors for Gerald once again, getting a little bit closer. 3 Stalkers.
That is one of the downsides here when you talk about, okay, Stalkers can blink onto the backside Disruptor. This may work out for Rail here, as really it's just going to turn it into a Stalker fight once again. But he spent so much time on those Stalkers as Zealots warp on in. Of course, 2-1 Zealots are fantastic against all of these Stalkers. There we go. Detection starting to get target fired down as well. Disruptor coming at it from the side. Not quite enough range. Both players really just playing the game of let me snipe the Observer over anything else. But at this point, Gerald, he has too much. That fight was not what Rail looked for, and Gerald, he's up 1-0.
Not bad. Not bad. Gerald getting himself the first victory right there. Through some nice strategies. Kind of was sweating for him there a couple of times as well. I thought he would be in more trouble, actually, with those Colossi and stuff coming in. But found his way through. Navigated the heavy storm and, yeah, finds the victory there. Well played.
Yeah, I was getting, I mean, that was Rail with a more, what, a 4,000 more resource, more expensive army.
Yep.
He was up 20 supply. He was breaking his way on in, but those DTs, and then Rail's decision to blink on top of both Disruptors while there was still a shield battery, while Zealots could warp in right on top of them, and right at the Stalkers were there. And again, with those superior upgrades, you blink in, you don't have Blink Stalker Micro anymore. You don't have the ability to keep your Stalkers alive, and Gerald did. And then Rail lost his entire army. He lost his army supply, really feeling like he was an all-in position that he just didn't work out for him all that well. So, as you said, Gerald snatching defeat from victory from defeat. Or victory from defeat from victory. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. He had it won, then he had it lost, then he had it won again. And now, we're going to find our way into game 2. Eventually. We're waiting for a play.
Eventually. Yeah, little toilets and water moments here for Gerald. That's fine, that's fine. We need him at his tip-top shape, like Rail as well. And then we'll be able to get that game number 2 going, of course. Giganotha, a little bit of a bigger map. More places to hide proxies. I don't know. I mean, Rail already tried to proxy, right? But seeing Gerald scout that actively throughout the game, not just at the start, but just, as soon as he couldn't really be at the front of his opponent's base with the Stalkers, he started moving them around the map, finding the pylon and the gateway. I don't know. If I was real, I wouldn't feel that comfortable trying to proxy after seeing my opponent be that adamant about getting at all the insights on all the corners. But who knows? It's bigger map, more corners.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. I certainly don't, Kozan, in answer to your question, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Juggernaut, you said it's a big map. It's a short map, even as it's a long map. Funny that one. I do think we're probably going to see Stargate play. Just because it just how much dead airspace there is. That is a little bit of mobility, and I don't know. Gerald at least strikes me as a player who might do that. Other than that, I don't know. So here's the question. I had it Gerald 2-1 at the outset. Did that game show us enough of Rail that makes us think that Rail's going to take this game number 2, or did Gerald look convincing enough that it's going to be a 2-0 in your eyes?
No, I think Rail made some pretty good choices, right? It just, like, especially at the start, as we mentioned, that first Oracle getting sniped, maybe shouldn't have gone in against those Stalkers, right? Maybe not a real reason to. I guess he already got scouted, so he's like, let me just get whatever I still can. But then losing that Oracle, getting scouted with his attempted proxied gateway. I mean, if that stuff doesn't happen, and it's that close in the end, right? Maybe he can tip it into his favor there.
Yeah, that's valid. I mean, honestly, Rail was looking like he was pushing to win on the 4th base of Gerald, and then the DTs killed the Colossus, and you're like, oh, well, maybe not. Maybe that's not the way that that this game ends. But anyway.
Yeah.
Enough.
We're loading up.
We're here now. Enough filler. We have our game. It's game 2. It's Juggernaut. Let's get into it. In the bottom left here, in the blue, he's up 1-0 in this series, fighting to keep his hopes alive. In Group D, he is the one, the only, Gerald.
And the top right side from Team 3D Clan, it is Rail. Red Protoss. Geralds are blue and Rails are red. That last game, Rail was unfortunately dead. But this time around, he's back. Oh, what I was trying with that. I just wanted to...
You're a poet.
Just wanted to use that rhyme. I just thought, you know what, I wonder if anyone's ever, probably at some point in time, you know, we have the blue color, we have the red color, and it just corresponds with that rhyme so nicely.
Yeah, I use a lot of the, you know, in the blue, taking game number 2 is.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, with trying to figure out the difference between like a king snake and a corn snake. But one is very venomous and one is not. It's like black and yellow, black on yellow, Jack's a dead fellow, black on red, Jack is dead, which is not. I can't remember what it is, but there's one that's like, hey, you're gonna get bit by a snake, but it's, you know, it's not extra bad than getting bit by, you know, anything else.
It's like how quickly you need to get yourself to the hospital, depending on this rhyme.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one's venomous and one's not. Snake bite is always going to be dirty, so you got to worry about infection. But you know, it's not going to kill you. But the other one will. So yeah.
Wouldn't you feel like you've been poisoned as well? It's like, well, I mean, wouldn't it feel different? You'd think. I imagine that it would, right? But maybe I'm wrong with that.
Well, I mean, a lot of a lot of snake venom is not. It's not circulatory. As such, it's just much more necrotizing. So it's just going to start eating away at your flesh. But you're already in pain because you've been bitten by a snake. So I don't know that it would be that different. At least not for a while. Especially, I mean, snake. You know, hypodermic needle's not fun. But we should probably stop talking about this, Kozan. May not be appropriate for B-Stream.
Snake venom, brought to you by Biomolf and Kozan.
That was fun.
It's a new podcast. Snake Hour. No, what's snake oils.
Snake eyes, where we just talk about how much bad luck we have.
All the worst caster curses we've had so far. Exactly. Oh, he gets the pylon there. I'm not sure if that's worth, but makes him look cool.
Oh, by the way, I haven't paid attention too much to this game, and we really should, because yeah, there's a natural theoretically coming down here for Rail, but not really. This is a 3-gate. We have a Robo already done. We have a Warp Prism finding its way on the map here, and Rail is looking to hammer his way on into a game 2 victory. And Gerald, I mean, he's got an Oracle out, and this Oracle probably should find some more value, or Oracle almost at, and probably should find some more value than the Oracle that just kind of popped out and died that we saw in the previous game. But still, there are no voids here, nothing like that. And yeah, this amount of stuff for Gerald should trigger at the very least some shield batteries, but really should trigger a void ray from Gerald, because this is not an easy hold for our Polish Protoss player.
So you have the money for it. He's getting there. Let me see. Oracle is coming in as well for that main base. Goes for the Robo instead right now. I'm not sure if he knows what's happening here. He made the one single shield battery.
And that shield battery is going to get target fire down. I mean, the Oracle stays.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
That's something.
Yeah, this base is going to get canceled. And I love that move there from Gerald, as you say. Yeah, Warp Prism will prevent any of the force field from doing too much here. The goal, you see there's a stasis trap, or a shield battery. So you figure out that Rail is most likely not going to be paying attention to that all that much, right? Because, yes, I'm safe from Oracle. I have a shield battery. So you drop the stasis trap. And then it does just about as much more in the short term, even if in the long term it's not going to work out all that well. That being said, we have had a gateway go down here. We have had a pylon go down as well. So things are getting depowered. Production is getting hampered here for Gerald, but now we're starting to see shield batteries happen. Supply is starting to equalize just a little bit more. There we go. There's another stasis. Rail's not allowed to mine.
Gets him again. So many as well, like both of these times. I'm wondering what this income advantage graph looks like. That's a big blue old spike. That is rough for Rail. And he can't break him here.
Yeah, especially now the Immortal's just about out. You said, I don't know if the Robo was the right play. And I mean, it's valid, but I think the Immortal is going to serve him better in the long term right now. Force Field actually going to pick off a sentry or two, and that's going to be rather nice. A lot less defensive utility, but there's an Immortal here. We are going back on a 3-gate tech for Gerald once again, and is he going to do it? I think he's actually out of energy. I don't think he can do it.
Yeah. I mean, with the Immortal here, how are you ever going to break this as Rail right now, you know? That's kind of my question.
Oh, now Rail, he's forced to spend warpins at home. He's tired of not being able to mine. But I mean, the damage has already been done. Rail, he is only up 2 army supply right now. Gerald, he has his own Warp Prism coming on in. Templar Archives as well. I mean, Rail will have a blink just a little bit faster. And yeah, okay, the Adept idea is a nice one, but Stalkers Immortals are going to be peeled off. No big deal there. And with the second Immortal, I mean, this really will be difficult for Rail to break. So I think at this point we move on into a contained phase, where with all of these sentries here, it's going to be very difficult for Gerald to find his way down the ramp, at which point, well, Rail can go, he can take it natural, he can go have some fun like that. We're going to have the Oracle try to fly on in once again. It looks like he's not going to be able to get too much with the Stalkers here. And there we go. Probes are going to get pulled. Only 2 this time.
Nice force fields here. Does keep Gerald in an uncomfortable kind of angle.
I mean, there's a Warp Prism now, so force fields are not nearly as impactful when we talk about the traps like this. And we're not... Oh, Gerald's going to find his way down. This is a problem. Yeah,
there we go.
Railed... Well, actually, the Immortals are on the ramp. They're not really firing here. But still, the force field is going to end on up here. Nice force field from Gerald, just forcing these Stalkers to fight. Now, there we go. Immortals on the front line here. This is what Gerald was looking for. But the Warp Prism Micro, very good for both players right now. But now, there we go. Immortals firing strong. GG, Gerald, he's up 2-0.